If you don't take this COVID-19 pandemic seriously, an unimaginable number of people will be infected with the coronavirus, and we may even end up seriously ill ourselves, or worse, death. Discipline to follow all the rules and guide is what we needed right now the most to avoid the virus and break the chain of COVID-19. We put it this way now. There are three phases in going outside of home for buying goods. This is also applicable to anyone going outside for any purposes. The three phases are number one, the initial phase is preparation in going outside. Number two, at the store or marketplace or simply outside home. And number three, or the final phase, is arriving home. To make sure we are not just only avoiding the COVID-19, but this can include all the bacteria causing diseases as well. Now, let us proceed to the three phases. Phase 1, preparation in going outside. List all the things that are going to be bought and plan your movements outside and make it short stay as possible as you can. If you can memorize all the things that you are going to buy, that is good enough. For the densely populated area, short stay outside may not be possible because of the volume of shoppers at the supermarket. Some supermarkets has an unusually very long queue and would take hours before they can enter the stores, and another more hours from choosing and picking the items to queuing at the counter to finally being completed and exiting the store. So better find other alternative nearest your place or ways to do the buying. Do not bring numerous IDs, credit or debit cards. One ID, one credit or debit card, and a quarantine pass as required in your area is enough. Do not bring expensive wallet or bag if possible only. Instead, just a washable pouch or purse for putting your money, credit or debit card, and an ID or a quarantine pass. You would not want your leather wallet or signature bag be washed with water or be disinfected with alcohol all the time after arriving home. Luckily, I have this pouch given to me by an airline company while flying. For the travelers, you may now check your drawers or stockpile for the same, and it is really useful at this time of crisis. Use your cell phone while shopping, only when absolutely necessary. Using your cell phone and browsing social media and stuff like that just for fun at this time of pandemic when you're supposed to shop or buy things as planned can divide your attention to things you might not be aware of you're already touching and person you might be bumping, and this is dangerous. Better yet, do not bring your cell phone if possible, or if you would, just wrap it inside a plastic bag. You would not want your cell phone be washed with water or be disinfected with alcohol either, every time when you arrive home. Always be aware of your surroundings while on the move. Make a temporary shower wash or decontamination area. This is maybe a portion of your garage, or a small portion of your backyard, or an unused vacant space in your perimeter, or just outside of your entrance. Find any recyclable materials in your backyard to minimize unnecessary expenditure and to prevent further exposure out for buying things. Stand by and alcohol, which is really very important nowadays. And soap. Wear face mask and make sure it is properly done and reasonably tight and secure on your face. In my case, aside from face mask, I can wear this. Full head covering, but this is only optional and depends on your comfortability. Phase 2, at the store or marketplace or simply outside. Consider everything outside as contaminated and every person as well. In so doing, you will avoid unnecessary contact with them. This is not an issue of paranoia or not even discriminative. This is only for your utmost safety to avoid COVID-19. Do not be offended also when others do that to you as well. Remember, we are now in a pandemic and we seriously need to avoid the contamination. Strictly observe social distancing along the way when riding public utility transport and any place outside. Reduce to a minimum the touching of things outside. Touch the item when absolutely necessary. Otherwise, just look at it to see the details of the product. In this way, the contamination will not be transferred to the product, or the contaminated product will not be transferred to the one who touched. At the counter, let the buyer insert or scan the credit or debit card to the machine, and the seller just hold the machine as necessary. The buyer should avoid hand contact with the machine. Likewise, the seller should avoid hand contact with the credit or debit card. Do not hold your face mask when out and already touch things. That is why you need to secure your face mask properly and reasonably tight before leaving home. Touching your face mask or uppermost parts of your body only invite virus to thrive near your head, especially face, making it an easy way for the COVID-19 to gain access into your body. When you're out and want to touch or remove your face mask for eating or drinking, be sure to wash or disinfect with alcohol first your hands before doing so. Phase 3, or the final phase, arriving home. If using car and going inside, be sure to remember all the things you touch inside your car. In arriving home, park the car outside if possible only, and let it be exposed to the heat of the sun for some time before bringing the car in the covered garage. Remove all the goods bought inside the car and sort out items to be washed and items to be dried under the heat of the sun. Washable goods to be put on a designated place for washing and expose the other to the heat of the sun for some time before bringing it all inside. Proceed to the shower area and decontaminate yourself. Wash all the clothes, pouch, belt, slippers, and goggles or eyeglass that were used. Wash the credit or debit cards that were used for the transaction, including the paper money and coins that were used as change, and dried it up. This is applicable to international currencies. Any paper money worldwide are durable and cannot be easily destroyed by washing. Water wash the entrance. Washing the exterior of the car is optional, as being the car exposed to the heat of the sun is enough for the COVID-19 to die. But water washing or disinfecting the car door handles with alcohol is absolutely necessary. Disinfect with alcohol the car key, the interior of the car, such as the lever, locking devices, steering wheel, buttons, accessories, the chair, and all other things inside that came in contact with the goods and with your hands and body. Finally, remove the car floor cover, water wash, and dry it up under the heat of the sun. When was the last time the world has locked down? Not even during World War I and II. Not even in my existence, in your existence on Earth. The COVID-19 is still raging on and continue to inflict heavy damage to the humanity and economy. We have an abnormal event unfolding right now, and extreme safety measures are the weapon of choice to avoid being the victim of COVID-19. Follow all the health and safety precautions, and we can break the chain of COVID-19 as soon as possible. In so doing, we are not only helping to save lives, but we are also helping to lift the economy up again, thereby avoiding economic collapse, more death, starvation, and anarchy.